promise, nothing's greater than it.
To see a room with over 300 student athletes in it brought me to tears, because I remember every week for 4 years being in a room with 10, 12, 15 people.
The whole culture of athletics has changed at the U of L with the work that Chris and Tammy and their staff has done.
Just to be able to watch how FCA has grown on this campus, I mean, I'm not surprised. God was present here, he was on the move, he was using Chris and Tammy very actively in our lives. And so there was maybe 4 or 5 of us who were believers and involved with FCA to now see that the numbers have grown.
I've heard the stories of meetings of 6. So being able to see the 6, I got goosebumps, but being able to see the meetings of 6 turned into 300, 400 now, just has been awesome. So you have faithfulness, and then you have the fruit of that faithfulness.
I love looking back on my first couple of years at FCA. It was such a smaller group. I remember we were meeting at the football stadium and we were in their video room, and maybe we'd fill it halfway, and then as my years went on, people were sitting in the stairs and out the door, and even myself, I look back in my personal growth, sharing my testimony my first year. I had friends come and they just sat in the back and counted the amount of times I said and now just feeling a lot more confident in my testimony and what God's done in my life. It's really fun to look back on.
FCA is a presence here, and they are known here, and they are just as supportive as the trainer or the assistant coach or the manager, that they are just as part of the team than any of those other people.
One of the things that Chris did with me once I became a believer and confessed that I wanted to follow Christ is he started to push me to share my story with people. He would bring me along and, challenge me to invite my teammates. So I'm bringing teammates along. I met this girl who was a cheerleader, Carolina, my wife, and so she was coming with me and some of her teammates were coming, and it just kind of started to ripple through that.
Being able to see Scott, it was cool because now I'm able to see somebody that looks like me that is strong in their faith. And, Troy, the combination of Troy and Scott, it gave me hope to say, okay, this thing is possible.
I did not have a Cinderella story when I was an athlete, and the role that FCA played in that was just giving me perspective and also giving me a community to talk about what it means to have a relationship with God, and that's the most significant thing in your life as opposed to the conference championship.
When I moved to Louisville and when I moved to Kentucky, I knew 0 people, and I went on this whole faith journey with the Lord of you are enough by yourself. You plus me is enough. And I walked out of Louisville 6 years later with an entire community of believers and lifelong mentors who are going to be with me through eternity.
Don't just baptize them, right, after you make a disciple. Teach them to observe all that I've commanded you. Well, Chris did that. He took that upon his shoulders. He taught me how to read the Bible and why I should be in the Word every day and how to be a doer of the Word. He taught me how to pray. He taught me how to grow in humility and service. One of the most valuable things he taught me was how to then go and turn and make disciples, and not just be a disciple, but go and make disciples.
I was pulling at everything to make me happy. I was doing everything I could to search for that. But when I fell on my knees and surrendered my life to Him and knew that I couldn't possibly do it anymore without Him, that was the strongest I've ever been in my life.
Everyone would be a part of it if they knew what it's about. And I think planting the seed in the team that I had left behind was just a part of the legacy that's going to continue.
I did not know that FCA only started with 20 people, and that's just crazy to believe because now there's almost 20 people just from my team. So I'm very thankful for those 20 people that started it.
Obviously, COVID has taken away a lot, and our normal Monday night FCA ministry is part of that, which is really, really heartbreaking to me. It's something that I miss. Just being with people, being with athletes from other teams, being with Tammy, being with Katie, everyone, like it's something I looked forward to, and it was a relief from athletics and academics.
So I would say that COVID has brought a new dynamic to our discipleship and our following with Christ. That it's now almost, so to say, put us in the game. That now as student athletes, we're not just sitting back and learning, but now we're going out and teaching, we're going out and discipling, we're going out and helping others in their walk with life.
COVID's really just taught me how much accountability plays a role. It's cool, I've finally just started to read my Bible for the first time I have in my life. Not because anyone's told me to, but because I've wanted to. And I've started a Bible study just with one other guy I met over the summer, and we've met every week since. It showed me it's so much less than just like a building and more of a community.
Right now I help Gabby Cazellas on our team lead our Bible study, and I think, you know, just seeing the growth from where she started with 3 to 5 soccer girls now to 15 to 16 soccer girls, I think it absolutely helps me want to go deeper.
We don't understand the hard times, but through everything, God has a plan, and that is something that I have been able to experience. Being involved in FCA and my small group, it has been wonderful because I'm able to show Christ to everyone else.
With this virtual FCA Monday night that we have now, we are able to split into small groups and learn more about people that we may not have had the chance to get to know. So through that, we are able to have the tougher conversations that may not have happened during a normal Monday night, which I think is a great opportunity to meet people and to talk about Jesus and how He's working in our lives.
God is really working in individual people because we can't be together and with everyone. He's really planting seeds in individual people on each team. I in no way feel equipped to do that, but I know that God doesn't always call the equipped, He equips the called.
I'm also just super grateful for those who have already supported the FCA program. You've seen it when it was 10 people meeting and now it's 300, but we'll still always have those roots of small groups, and it's had such a positive impact already on my life, and it will continue to have an awesome impact in my life and those of my teammates, so thank you.
I've been able to see firsthand as an athlete and even now as an alumni how invaluable this ministry is. I see how hard the staff works and how invaluable a Chick-fil-A sandwich is on a Monday night and how far that goes to inviting someone new. And so I've made it a priority for myself and in our family that we are donors of this program and we fully support this ministry, and so I really encourage you guys to have a conversation in your family as well to consider making FCA a ministry partner.
Where your treasure is, your heart is also, and so I'm a firm believer that my life has been radically transformed by the ministry of the University of Louisville FCA, and so I will always invest because of that. But I also just believe in the mission. I believe in what it's doing. I've seen the results, right? I've seen what the return on the investment is. I've seen the ministers that have come out of it. I've seen the people the coaches who have shaped people's lives because they're, Christ-like coaches. I've seen the results, and so I want to continue to invest. One of the commandments that we have from Jesus as believers is to make disciples of all the nations. University of Louisville has people from every walk of life, from all different countries, all different continents. People come to the University of Louisville to play sports. Sports is a unifier of people. Sports is a common language of people from all over the globe. And so when they meet Jesus, they take Jesus back to where they came from, and it begins to spread. And so investing in this ministry gives us the opportunity to see the gospel spread beyond. There's stuff happening at the University of Louisville that we need to invest in financially to empower it to be able to continue.